This podcast episode is brought to you by Ethiopia Life Herb House, where cannabis and culture combine for one-of-a-kind experience. Visit them at 10A West Kings House Road, just across from Canadian Embassy. Also, follow them on IG at Ethiopia Life or their webpage at ethiopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch. It's also brought to you by
Lulu's Holistics. Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics. And of course, you can check them out at www.lulusholistics.com. And guys, you can use our code THEFIX to get 10% off your next purchase. That's the fix to get 10% off your next purchase.
Also, have a big up JR Business Solutions. Get your high-end phones and electronics from JR Business. Goods customer service, unbeatable deals, quality products. Follow them and get 5% off your first purchase and tell them say how the fix did say no. You see all them things I say? Legit. Big up JR Business. Also, have a big up
Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique, and you can check them out at 23 West Trade Way in Portmore to get your bundles and your wings. And they got makeup and they got hair accessories, everything. So go and check them out, 23 West Trade Way. Thank you, guys.
Shout out patrons DB and Tamagoda. Of course, go cop that fix merch. People get the black tee with the white logo. Of course, you see them. Blue tee with the faded logo, the fix mask, the fix mug, as well as the fix things merch. Now up on the site at teespring.com/stores.
You're actually
The
doing
fix
better with the
JA,
slash.
because I take my time. We just switch it up. Should there be a ban on gun songs?
Oh, let's talk about
Let's talk about this now.
This
I feel
is what I
counts.
care about.
I feel this is a high frequency topic.
That would that be one? Gunman in Chill.
It literally said gunman, Javi. Literally. Some context.
Not funny.
St. James Councillor. Michael Troop. He's proposing that.
Troop.
Is Troop? Sorry. Yes, that's Troop. He's proposing that a request be made to entertainment and culture minister Olivia Babsy Grange.
Why we say Babsy? Like Babsy isn't our real. It's like not even a part of our
No,
government
nickname.
name. It's our nickname,
It's
but
our
why we have to
nickname,
include
man. People call her
Babsy?
Babsy.
Babsy, we know our parents are called our Babsy from how long, so.
So, him a call to her for ban music that glorifies criminal or otherwise deviant culture.
Pretty much.
You see, when you're going a deviant now, that's where things get kind of hazy for me. What is deviant?
Sex is deviant, you know.
Who defines what deviant is?
Scamming is deviant.
The people in the government, church people, who are going out with all types of fuckery
Yeah.
that could be termed as deviant.
Deviant.
Who are these people that get to determine what isn't and what is deviant? These are the questions I would ask. But I would just say this on this topic. I've been on a certain frequency for some time, Ari, Javi, you don't know this. That I don't want to be hypocritical. Because
Yo,
with
can't taste nice.
yeah, me pop it, me never overburn it this time.
I told ya.
While when you see me like select like gun song for like Busty Youths and them thing there, I cannot find myself listening and feeding my spirit to them consistently.
Look at you, spirit.
You have to nurture the spirit, man. I like how I used to. Like when I was younger, I used to like that's all me used to just feed my mind pan. At this point in my life, me just not the other place.
Lord.
Sad. While I can yo, just stop it.
Look at our
While I can acknowledge a well-made quote-unquote gun song, bad man song,
Yeah.
I'll give it the props. I know something I go feed pan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can't believe I'm.
That's where I am at right now. And you
So
are
you think it
and through
actually-
much discussion and argument, I got Ari over to that side because she
Yeah.
was on the side of no gun song not influence violence and
Because
I've
we had
always
this
held the
discussion
view-
already.
Yes, and we've had the debates and everything. Timmy had the debate with Cranium and various others on Clubhouse and all these things. And I'm just of the mindset, say, yo, while it's not the number one contributor, and listen to my words careful, this is where words really matter. It's not the number one contributor or the number one.
I think what you're trying to say,
The
there's
number one-
correlation but not causation.
Thank you, Ari.
Yeah.
But even when you say them big words, the people still not gonna understand what the fuck what I say.
Okay.
That's why I try to break it down in simple terms.
Break it down now.
It's not the number one cause for crime and violence in our society.
Violence.
But it is an influence. It's not the number one contributor to crime and violence in our society, and nor should people be looking solely to artists to raise them pitney. I'm just saying, when the artists them see what go on in society,
Yeah.
and them see them,
Bro.
they cannot tell me that they don't see. Them see the
Bro.
influence of them up and pitney out there.
Bro,
You
I
just
agree
like
with
to
you.
think that them would take a little more
Listen.
stock in lyrics that them put out there on a consistent basis for the consumer them for take in. And them know said enough of them consumer base and enough young, impressionable
You
pitney.
men.
I don't know how else clearer to say it.
I was dead set against, like, you know, like trying to reform music, because the reform should happen in the culture, but really that starts from the home. But, you know, again, having this a tireless discussion, like I feel like we've had this discussion every year since we've started this podcast, because it's just always a recurring thing. And I mean, sad to say, I've or not sad to say, I mean, that's the growth, that I've evolved my thinking and appreciate the fact why people are they just like everybody just need help in trying to curb or gun and crime issue. And you'd be a fool, you'd be blind, you'd be a liar if you deny that there is a crime and violence issue in our country. Just over the weekend, 25 people were killed. 25 in a weekend from Friday
I'm
to
going to
Sunday.
play devil's advocate
Yeah.
throughout this whole discussion, alright? So when you say that now, they're
So
going to
hold
say,
on.
so what? All of them, they listen to dancehall music?
No, all of them don't listen to dancehall music.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know if it's one person. I don't know if it's a gang. I don't know what's happening. And I guess this was, and I was reading it because from the article, and in Mobean is a Montego Bay Council, the St. James Council, because Montego Bay, one, have the worst crime rate in
Sound
Jamaica.
like a hotbed for crime.
A hotbed for crime. Two, them just find like a whole shipment, a whole ship worth of guns and ammunition.
A shitload, you could say.
Shitload worth ton of guns and ammunition for coming to the country for cause more chaos and mayhem. And this is somebody who's just like, listen, like, bro, we really need to take a stock of what is happening in our country. And you know, he's talking out of fear now, and I guess just out of utter desperation, and just say, listen, let's just do something. And I was reading the article with Dr. Donna Hope. She responded to it, and she said that, well, you know, it's a band-aid, and, you know, trying to police people's personal music taste is going to be hard. Like, they've already try and regulate what's happening on the public airwaves, but to want people personal music choices, like, and this is a free world, it's a free market, you can't stop people. We have free speech, you can't stop people from making the art that they want to make. But I can understand the desperation of the Montego Bay Council, because trust me, crime is a serious issue, and I just hope that, you know, young like artists out there can appreciate that they have a ton of influence. And, you know, if the best that they can is to counter it. So for every gun song them put out, try and put out a positive song that can counter it and say, hey, yeah, like, I only kill people for the art. I don't actually kill people.
Yeah, because
You know?
like even with certain songs, I could see where it's applied in terms of proving one's skill in the art of DJing, in the art of bars. Isn't it? Say, oh, I know clashing things,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even, you know, just them type of energy. Yo, but
Yeah.
bad at the lyrics, and, you know, them use certain metaphors that usually is linked to, you know, badmanship that, you know, to
Going
display
on
that.
whatever.
Yeah. But I think as I said, the Montego Bay Council, I just talk out of utter desperation. And I feel like instead of trying to Like, don't look at it as him blaming dancehall. I feel like we need to come out of this victimhood.
I think that's what
because
people,
I think
not
people
draw a conclusion.
yeah, and I
see
think
these
people want to
headlines.
like put this on like this victimhood of dancehall being a scapegoat. Like, come out of that if you can change the perspective of, okay, we're not victims, but we're actually influencers. And how can we be better influencers for Jamaica that we want to be a part of? And if you can look at that and look at your power, not you being a victim and a scapegoat, and change that whole perspective, then maybe you'll probably put on it and say, you know what? Like, I never really signed up to be a role model, but fuck it, I am. Let me see how best I can be of a better person. And if it can start within my own household and then by my extended circle of friends and people I have around me that say like, listen, like if you're in a bad man thing, like bro, I'm not snitch by you, but please remove yourself from my camp. I'm all about goodness and trying to uplift and whatever, and hopefully that upliftment is reflected in your music. And again, nobody's saying to be Christian and sing kumbaya and we're all friends here, but
then it wouldn't be dancehall anymore.
But
Exactly.
That's what that much just like I said. Like,
but we can look at it in a
change
different way. Like, we really need to stop. Like, see how we position or see how we celebrate the criminality. So even from the scamming, like, me need to stop. Like, say, yo, like, I don't do scamming, but these scamming songs are fun and they're nice to listen to. Like, we probably need to stop encouraging.
At least check ourselves.
Yeah, you know.
Because
Because
you know
the difference
when
with
you
us,
say
you know-
that, and we need for acknowledge that we have influence as well. You know, when we say that, you know what, we're gonna start more of them songs they're gonna start with. Especially the uprising artists, them want a bus.
Yeah.
Or them like the scamming song, because that's
Yeah.
what them saying. That the people them
True.
like, that they want to listen.
You're
to.
right. You're so right. But the difference is, you know, like even with us, and that's why, and I need to stop. And again, I need to stop thinking like, oh, everybody's like me or like almost like me. Because yeah, like I know that it's for fun. I know it's just art. I've always put it in the frame of it being
and to just
art.
interject as a art.
But
You see the documentary what would it pre with the masked woman?
for the scamming thing.
Yeah, about the scamming. You remember that?
oh yes. Yeah, the Nat Geo thing.
And one give her a message. Yes, yes, it is a criminal activity. You see me? But it's like you just pre-say, I wonder if our like for scamming, so why we not condemn scamming songs or even the act of scamming so much is because usually
Is white
I
old
want
people.
I want rich white person at the end of the scam.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't really feel as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I say, yo, it's like
Look
a
at you.
Robin Hood thing.
Look at you bringing
Wife
race.
with the hood.
Look at you bringing race in it.
No,
Race and
but
class.
usually
So,
that is the case.
Rich people forget
That is
scam.
the case. Of course, when poor people scam other poor people, I fuck with that. You see me? That's just
How about
fuck with.
scamming people in general? Is
Scamming
bad.
people in general? I'm just saying
What's
the
the
reality
other poor
of how scamming is viewed in relation to shooting people and gun crime.
I mean, you know, I guess that they're saying, well, you know, like
A
they're not.
sin is
It's
a
not
sin,
violent.
of course, but
It's not violent.
It's non-violent. You
But
know
then,
what I mean?
but the
So
scamming thing leads to other things, because
that
I
is
mean,
true, which can
in
lead to
America,
violence,
in
really.
America, in Jamaica alone, we see where the scamming was a whole gateway to more criminality, to more violent crime.
That is true.
You know,
That is
so you know, we can't discount it. A crime is a crime, and we just need. I hope, as I say, like to put a nail to it. On my point is that I hope we can get out of the frame point of us being a scapegoat and just us being influential, and how we can be really positive, how we can make positive change. And it's gonna be hard for like be duplicitous in a sense where you sing about gunman song and then you try be a good person offline. But maybe that's what we can do now. Maybe that's just what you have to do now. Like, don't stifle your creativity, but also see how you are, how you're actually making tangible impact in the real life world.
because
Positive, tangible impact.
let's just get honest here. All right? Why some artists especially are cuss about this is because they know say if this happen, them not have nothing else to sing about.
I think it's deeper than just banning the songs. Like, there's a deeper issue where
There
we need
is
to
a deeper
address.
issue that needs to
Like,
be
if you
addressed.
ban them gun song there, that not gonna stop the ship load of guns were coming. That not gonna stop it.
And you're right, there's the system. It's a system.
It's
Yeah.
a system. So them need to look further into it, and instead of a jump and say we're gonna ban gun songs.
Because I was saying that, like, freaking most people don't even know that the NRA has more reach in the world. The National Rifle Association in America have the most reach in the world that people don't even really know. Them things that it's just an issue of guns in America. Their webs are connected all over the world. They ship and supply people with guns in the black market trade all over. Well, this is according to Hassan Minhaj. I was watching his Netflix, one of the topics that he explored on his Netflix show. So you're right, Javi, that crime is a system and an organization that really don't stop or is not. Shouldn't, as me say, it shouldn't be blamed, and that's always been my position. Should not be
solely be
on the artist and on art.
And in some respects, to further expand on Tony point them, it lazy in a sense. But as you say, Ari, it's somewhat born out of desperation. Because him more than anybody else, being from Mobile, see the problem probably very rampant in his area. And I gotta say, people need to be real and not go on like say music and crime is not inextricably linked. And that it hasn't been for several years now, probably since the inception of music. So if this is, I don't agree with it totally.
I don't even want to say music, because I'm just like, even just the overall in art, because I've always said it like
so in music.
Cocaine is illegal, but still there it's in the shows and everywhere. All these movie show
but
people.
We use that devil's advocate point, because people are like, we need to ban gunman show them. People, I'm more explain this part. I don't think this point has ever been fully explained or put out there. American culture in regards to movie is vastly different to Jamaican culture. We're not too in a movies like that. We like watch movies,
I don't like them like the action movies.
We like action movies, love them things, but our love for movies is not as strong as in America. The influence of movies in America is not as strong. It's stronger overseas, it's stronger in America than it is here. I would say that.
And I've always said like it's
while
easier.
Music is our number one cultural source.
Expression.
Movies more so than music over there, so I would say. You see me? I've never... You've heard cases of people that watch movie and then I try to be like the person in the movie. You've heard several of them cases they're overseas. Why you don't really hear them take? Who them more want to be like the artist?
Yeah, correct.
Not necessarily the man who them watching the movie. That's more American white man shit. You see me? Where them hear a number in the movie and try to call it 555 55555. Oh, I want to talk to Iron Man. No. For them movie love over there are different from ours here. So don't bring up movie argument as we need to ban movie and action movie. No.
Javi.
The influence, movie influence by our culture is not as strong as it is in the United States.
No, I was saying
But you have
Javi.
shutters.
You have shutters.
Shutters are
But
all I go to.
For every shutters, you have how much blood clot, action, gunman, movie, cult following films overseas.
Or more violent than that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? What did I say?
No, I was saying, Javi, you were saying something about the systems in it, because it's not just the artist alone. Like it's a whole system that is interconnected.
Yeah. The point I did make earlier about the system and who are bringing in the actual guns and stuff. That I never have nothing else for further say about it.
Because I was saying that you are very right in that regard. Like,
so it's a bigger problem.
It's a bigger problem.
It's
But
a
as I
bigger
said,
problem.
I hope dancehall artists don't look at them as being victims and scapegoats, but just saying that, you know what, we have a massive influence on these kids.
Yeah.
Like nobody, when people are gonna do them thing, like them, I'm sure they're not playing music. They're not playing a movie.
They're not.
They're playing music
They're
to
playing
get themselves in the
music.
groove. I don't know. I've never really been on a killing spree, so I don't know what they do. I'm just assuming it's easier to listen to a song than it is to watch a movie. And I mean, movie I take a whole explanation, an hour and a half, to get into the whole groove of it.
Movies thing are way more fantastic.
Yeah.
You have to turn off your mind for watch some of them
Suspend
movies. You have to
disbelief.
suspend disbelief. Wholly for watch some of them gunman. I just know say that shit not real.
Well, in the
Enough
songs,
of the shit over here in the song is very relatable and close to home with enough of the young youth them out there.
yeah.
Some of them are just one bad day whoever say, you know what, I'm going to take up some gun because it's easy. This is life that I see glorified on a day-to-day basis.
And people need to realize, say, like gunmen in them community, they're the only person they have access to a role model in a
As
sense
role
where they're
models.
able to get out of their poverty-stricken situation. So when them see somebody who is a don in the area and have the respect and the admiration and I mean, I guess the fear can control the community to their will. I mean, everybody, I'm sure most people want power and want power like that. And if they see that you have to be a bad man to get it, make people afraid of you and, you know, I'm sure
but
that's
that
what
speaks
they'll
to
do.
a bigger issue which Javi rightly touched upon.
Yeah, and even your mindset too. Because even when you said the song them where you listen, like if you listen to Gunman song and you say no one that spirit day. I don't feel that way. Like I can listen to it and it not do nothing to me. Like it doesn't affect me in any way. Like my spirit is still good because I have a positive mindset.
Just because I don't want to be misconstrued in that. Not to say that if I listen to it all, I feel like I'm going to kill a bag of people. It's just that with what I see going on out there in society, it's
That
like if me I watch news now.
It's speaking.
I don't like watch news now because like news is driven by negativity and bad shit. It's like I can't feed myself and like I cannot watch news every night.
Yeah.
Like I'm missing people the religious. I just can't. It's just the same with me. I don't want to be naive and oblivious to things that are going on out there, but
Yeah,
I
you're
just
right, because
can't
I read my
feed
news.
spirit.
I
Yeah,
my
read news, of course. You want to stay informed.
No, that's why I said that's how I take in information. I
Yeah.
don't
Read.
watch it
Yeah,
the
yeah,
news.
yeah.
I read it. Yeah.
You see me? So I'm not say if me
But I
listen
think
to all
it's
the party
again,
and
but then
go
that's
and
why
become a
again,
gunman.
that's why I say if it speaks to the upbringing, so we
Yeah.
know that we
Because
can
enough people are gonna
separate
say that say, yo, me
it,
listen to them, me not feel like to become a gun. But
Exactly.
you're not the same as the little
and
ghetto
then you are
youth.
able to compartmentalize
Yeah,
and you're
trenched
able
out.
to say, well,
Exactly.
oh, it's just art. But some people's like, and even so, I think again it's so difficult because again it's not correlation and it's correlation not causation, because you know, like some people just probably them grow up on church and God all the time, and they just have this. There's a sinister antisocial behavior in them, a pathology in them that is a killer. You know, is a sociopath, a serial killer that you can't really say, well, is music cause it. So there's several things that we can explore, and it's a big, wide-ranging topic.
It is.
But I understand what the councillor was saying, that it's out of desperation, and we cannot deny what is happening in our country. And I hope that artists, if you're listening to us, that you can really just say, don't look at it like, if you can change your mindset from being a scapegoat to just being influential and saying how you can be better. And again, what you do on your music, whatever, you can do whatever you want in your music, but I would charge you guys, how are you making better steps to be positive real life role models? How are you making positive changes within your community? Are you encouraging people to like learn, to get educated? Are you showing them a different path other than criminality? Are you saying like, yo, you know, scamming is fun and whatever, I don't scam and I wouldn't recommend you to scam because the only two ways to go is death or being in prison? Like, are you making positive real world influence and change? And from that we can talk, and then from that maybe we can say, well, you know, dancehall is doing their part to be better.
And you have some artists that out there that are doing their part. And
Yeah.
we have to give them props.
Yeah.
So we can put that one on this. Do you think gun songs should be banned? Let's answer the question.
I think it needs to be. I think we can. I don't think it should be regulated on a government wide scale. I think that if artists can really see what is happening within our society, and if them can look within them conscience and see how them can really make a positive change, then I'm all for that. But no, I don't think it should be banned on a governmental level. Like, it's difficult, and you only just, and again, it's just people think like, oh, you the black market. Like you're forcing them to go to other channels, and the more you take something from some people, the more they want it.
And
you
then
know?
again, you have to look at it on a logistical scale. How exactly would that be done?
Yeah, you
ban them
can't
from
stop
radio.
people.
You know the man say, so what? Them up on YouTube.
You can't stop
Can
people
you ban
from
those
saying,
songs? Can
yeah.
you ban them from putting them songs on YouTube?
Well, listen,
Now,
if
what
China
if a
can,
ban, if that what it's just gonna be like a next trailer stuff where you have to go
yo,
ban.
you know, say Uganda literally turn off the internet. There was
China have a whole different internet.
exactly. So I mean, if they want to, they can, like, really can, like, really ban us from getting access to things. But I guess again, we live in a free country. This is the Western democratic society, so we have to follow Western norms and rules.
Yeah. I'm kind of reside in thought where you there are in terms of. I just think that if there's a way to rein them in, the artists them and the songs them, then yeah. But I'm just not sure how a banning of
Are gonna be
gunman songs will
effective.
be effective and how logistical it would be done, if it can be done. I don't know.
be odd.
Ultimately, the artists them I feel can rein in themselves sometime.
Yeah, government need to step up
People
themselves.
them raise them.
I
pitney
really
good.
think that the
Government
government
need to play them part
everybody-
in cleaning up what needs to be cleared up, aside from looking for the lazy arguments.
if
and
you
stuff to do
know,
this.
like,
I actually
stop
put in
enable
work when
even
it could be put in.
even
Yeah.
politicians who are enable the danship, them need to cut out to, like, really make a
We can't
positive
talk about that.
change and really be positive people and just say, yo, listen, maybe we can do this 10 years from now, but, like, let's try and see if we can curb it, because I've always believed you're not gonna be able to completely eradicate crime and poverty. Those are the two things my sociology teacher tell me, say you cannot get rid of. What your goal ought to be is alleviation and reduction. So if we can really try and alleviate poverty, which will in turn reduce crime and all those other socio-economic and psychosocial problems that we have, it's all one interlinked,
Thing.
woven thing.
All right. My name is Javi, what you say?
Yeah,
Ban or no ban?
ban or no ban. They don't have to go as far as banning it. I think that they can just make a change.
Who?
The artists,
Okay.
the dancehall artists can make a change and try to uplift youths and, you know, just do more
Real
on
life
top
positive.
of what.
Yeah.
The
They're
government can
already
run some
doing.
campaign even with the said
They
artists themselves.
can.
You know, like you see
They
going on in
can.
football, like no racism in football, and like
No,
campaigns
but, you
and
know, the
things
thing
like
is-
these. I feel could
You
be
know, the
done
thing
with
is,
artists.
there's probably, again, the talk about duplicitous and like
So
the
now that are the
branding.
things some
But
of the
no,
artists them don't
branding-
want to mess up them image.
Yeah, because they must say, well, you talk about crime in your songs, but yet they come preach to me. So it's going to be difficult. Like, even people branding people are saying, like, it's not correlating. And then if you use only positive people, like, oh, really,
Yeah,
Shashko, you're gonna come and tell
yeah,
me
you
about
know, live
that.
the
You're
life
like,
I
you're
live.
living like a nice life. Sorry to single out Sasko, but, you know, he's like one of the most positive dancehall artists. Well, not even dancehall, because he don't really do dancehall like that. But
He's
still, like,
reggae.
it's just going to be such a disconnect.
Sasko do that.
Yeah, it's going to be a disconnect, and I think that's always the issue that these PR people have. Like, you can't ask a cartel to be the face of non-violence when, you know, people are going to be like, oh, well, him talk about violence all the time and da da da. So
Well, them just have to explain what the art is then. It's just art
Yeah,
and...
yes, me. Them have to explain it and break it down.
Yeah.
Say yo,
Why do you sing this type of
why,
songs?
why?
What it mean?
White mean, yes.
Yeah.
Explain and then you
you
break
can-
down. Say yo, do not like artists against criminality. Like some campaign like that. I
In
feel
Montego Bay,
consistent.
90% of crime, blah, 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 is
Yo,
caused
just
by
take
such
one
and such.
one artist, one of great influence that can talk, you see me, and can eloquently express these things for change the whole heap of thing, you know. It just take one. I'm not it's going to solve all of it.
no,
We can help greatly. I'm telling you. That's how much influence some of them artists are hold in a society, and stop going like those seat.
Again, don't look at it as being scapegoats and victims.
No.
Look at it
I
being
will not
your
put
influence.
the weight of solving crime in Jamaica on the shoulders of artists. No. You see me? Captain America and Iron Man out there.
With your cape.
And I mean, I'm not saying let's just all just try to be responsible adults and citizens
Yeah.
of a country that I'm sure we want just go on better and be a bit more peaceful.
Yeah, I think if we can reduce it, then we can all enjoy gun songs. Nice. Because I have bad days, and sometimes when I listen to my murder people in a broad daylight, 6 months from now, we come in kill like, oh, there's some boy not perfect. Like, I wanna, but
Duplicitous.
Can't even get here. Mama, why you fi know? Send me a get deeper dick and when my creep on it, it's so sweet. Why you fi know? Send me a get deeper dick and when my creep on it, it's so sweet. Just to make you.
It's a girl me send when them send it for me. Shoulda take it as a lesson for when you see me. A girl kill it for me. It's a bad girl. What a girl seen. She we both say dog by any means. Them girl that.
Acres over markings. Link me wife when me want sex. Cause when side girl breed up, child support that lead up. Farming over plastic, investment over graphic.
My one is different, all the tips in her head. They're gonna say we love feel lyrical when the 40 bus. Love put shot in a his figures 2 Glock men fi run out on them kinda shot. So we hear say the rifle them now fi bust.